Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. In our society, the political system works like this. We find out about what really happens behind the scenes and how really the system is only when the gangs are fighting, are at war. And that is exactly as it is or it was in the old days with the mafia. In a city, you would find out only when they are at war. When they're at war, they are eager to show or willing to show the other side's weaknesses or whatever they did. And then they expose themselves. And for us, the little people, let's put it this way, with puffy hands, we look at this and say, oh my God, really? Oh, they are, okay, now this group is this dynasty is this, that group is that. And then they reveal reality for a short period of time. Why? They don't want to screw the system because the system works for them, by them, and against us. So what's happening here? Donald Trump has been cornered by an opposite group that we're told, that the Democrats, the Republican political parties, special interests. So Donald Trump was really cornered. I think he was blackmailed. I think he was threatened. Behind the scenes, I have no evidence, but I think the evidence is in his change of behavior this time versus the first time when he was in office. So now he's going back, and it seems like it's a war behind the scenes if he dares to say this about Obama. Russia Today. And it's not only Russia Today saying this. Obama, quote unquote, guilty of treason. According to Trump. That's what he said. The US president says he wants to go after his predecessor and his top intelligence officials over Russiagate and rigged elections. I know, we in America were conditioned, or the attempt to be conditioned, to think that Trump is a fascist, he's a crazy guy, and he's a loose cannon, or anything like this, is because he's just different. Whatever he says, don't believe the guy. I'm not saying you should believe the guy, but he's at war. He's like a corner beast at this point, I think. And he's going after these guys. Well, for me, it works this way. Let's find out. That is, you are going to uncover the real owners and the system in the United States of America. That's why I'm all for it. Open the Epstein files. Open the JFK files, the Robert Kennedy files as well. Open them up, man. If we are a free country, we would like to know. Well, now they open the Martin Luther King Jr. Reverend Doctor, files, FBI files. I don't give a shit. I know what he was. I know who contacted. I know how many sex orgies he had with prostitutes. I know all that. His family doesn't want us to know, but we know. I know about his plagiarism. You don't know? Go and check it out. But I want to know. I want to be over there. And it is to a certain extent. The same here. If Obama went with his intelligence services after Donald Trump, I have the right to know. Not I would like to. I have the right to know. The problem is, they will rock the boat so hard that they will meet behind the scene and they will say, stop, I can harm you, you can harm me. Let's stop right here because we are the only losers here. The baboons that we are on top of, and every day we shaft them, they have everything to win. They're going to find out, man. Is that the gig is up? The kabuki masks come off. So let's see what this guy is saying. US President Donald Trump has accused Barack Obama of, quote-unquote, treason. I think treason is punishable by death. Promising to, I'm going to go after him and his administration's top intelligence officials over their alleged plot to, quote-unquote, rig elections and stage the Russiagate hoax. So if he had a plot to rig elections, that means they have a method. That means the system has a method. So that's the system this guy is rocking. So this guy's going to say, oh, the guy's going to tell certain things we're not supposed to tell the idiots, which is and I don't know if you are, but I definitely am right here. Supposedly, Trump made the remarks while speaking to reporters in the Oval Office on Tuesday. The former U.S. president should be targeted directly by the Department of Justice, Trump stated when asked about the report released by Director of National Intelligence DNI Tulsi Gabbard last week that alleged Obama administration officials, and I'm quote, manufactured intelligence. That is, they faked intelligence, they made up to falsely accuse Trump of colluding with Russia. We knew, I tell you this, I can't tell you now because I have other people I talk to. I tell you, I was 99% certain that the extent of the collusion of the Russiagate was this much. It was something. I'm not saying the Russians were angels, I'm not saying that, but not to the extent these guys blew it out of proportions against Trump. So if you can rig something, you can push some buttons, which they can, that tells me the system is working for them again. Let's read further. And I'm quoting, "This was treason. Barack Hussein Obama is the ringleader. I thought it was Rieger first. Ringleader. Hillary Clinton was right there with him, and so was sleepy Joe Biden, and so were the rest of them. Former FBI Director James Comey, former DNI Director James Clapper, the whole group," Trump stated. Well, I think this is a lot of things here that I personally, as a free American, I'm allowed to believe in the tooth fairy. I'm allowed to believe in Santa Claus. Am I? Is it illegal to believe something like that? Well, I believe that all what he said over there is true. Do I have any evidence? No, zero evidence. But in a free society, I should be allowed to make a fool of myself saying, I think that kind of like everything he says over there, based on my, immaturity, craziness, baboonishness, whatever you want to call it, I believe is true. And time will, I think, again, confirm if these guys rock the boat too much, a lot of shit falls left and right, we're going to find out and that would be confirmed based on their meetings in the White House, and not only the 52 or 50 former intelligence and current intelligence officers signed that paper regarding the laptop. You never know that one? I knew that was bullshit. The same with the and other bullshit. I knew that was. You didn't? That's why I'm not vaccinated. All right. They tried, and I'm quoting again, they tried to rig an election and they got caught. And then they did rig the election in 2020. And then because I knew I won that election by a lot, I did it a third time and I won in a landslide. My question is, so they couldn't rig it again, Trump? I mean, if they did it once, twice, thrice, why can't they do it the 1,000th times? So what do you mean? So how did you win in the landslide if they rigged the other ones? Why weren't they able to rig it again? So you see, Trump, we are not all Judeo-Christians here. Some of us are Greco-Romans. So we still use, logic and all that. So what you say is baboonish. So all of a sudden they stopped and they let you go so you can fuck them up now? Is that what you're telling me? No, I would make sure that you have something that is going to incapacitate you from being able to be in the Oval Office. I don't know, maybe you catch some mini stroke, maybe you catch a heart attack, maybe your helicopter has a malfunction, I don't know, maybe you get in prison, maybe I make you withdraw your candidacy for the US president by telling you that I know about your children and so on, and many other ways to make you just go away, drive or run into the sunset on your own terms. But no, they let you go in. I tell you why. Because they gave you an agenda. And you can see the agenda. It's two things that you can see in the agenda. One, the main one, is the Middle East. They let him go to be the president over there, as much power as he has for the Middle East, to implement an agenda, not an American agenda, I think. Again, as a free person, I should be allowed to be an imbecile. Okay? And I am an imbecile, so don't hurt me. Okay? And and the other agenda is in Ukraine. Got it? And probably the next one is going to be in Taiwan. And after he does that, his dynasty is allowed to survive. Not to win, to survive. I'm talking about his children and grandchildren and his businesses and all that. I think that's what changed Trump's mind. So right now he goes after those. How do you go? Well, I'm the president-elect, and you are the chief of DOJ, right? Department of Justice. And I say, you know what? I want you to look into that. And you say, yes, President, yes, yes. And you go over there and you give me the cocktail, pack, yeah, baby doll, let me unzip it. You have a party. And after about 5 months, I call you. 2 months, I call you back. Hey, Gigi, how is that investigation going? I didn't find anything from you. I didn't hear anything. Well, the president is going. You know what? I lose my patience with you. You're fired. Yeah, man. I'm going to hire Gigi number 2. And I'm going to Gigi number 2. And I'm going to tell Gigi number 2 the same thing. And Gigi number 2 is going to do the same blowjobs and the same drinks. Why? Because they are not his people. Got it? He comes from the construction business. Okay? Entrepreneurial business. So these are not his people. And if that's his people in charge, his people have to give the orders to other people underneath and other people underneath. And somewhere that will be stopped. And then the president goes bye in 4 years. FBI stays after. CIA, NSA, they remain. That's how it goes. All right, let's see what this guy says. And then we're going to go to, what's his name, Obama's answer. Gabbard's report was, and I'm quoting, like proof, irrefutable proof that Obama was seditious. Trump said, accusing his predecessor of trying to lead a coup. Trump, look who you supposedly surrounded yourself with. No, it's better put, look with whom they surrounded you with. Look at the Commerce Secretary. It's one of them. Wherever Trump moves, the Commerce Secretary is right on his left looking over what Trump is doing. That's strange. Just one example, just one. I can go on and on. So they surrounded him with people. Like Zelensky is in Ukraine. What do you think of Zelensky? If Zelensky turns the head over here, he gets smacked, he looks where he's supposed to look. Why? Those are not his people. That's why he's all drugged up and all that. I don't know. I'm just saying. My direct empirical observation of Mr. Zelensky's behavior makes me conclude that he is highly drugged up. And not drugged up by, I don't know, how do you call it? Ibuprofen or something like this, Advil. No. Something that, or who knows what else they have, because they're way ahead of us. Look at Biden. He was able to, quote unquote, function for 4 years. And I'm quoting this. This is the biggest scandal in history of our country, he says. Why? Because it's about you. Anyway, so this is what they say. The report, which includes over 100 declassified documents, suggests that Obama's spy chiefs discarded all intelligence assessments that found no Russian involvement and replaced them with fabricated claims, paving the way for the Russiagate probe, described by Gabbard as a years-long coup against Trump. Obama has strongly denied the allegations, reiterated his stance shortly after the latest Oval Office remarks by Trump. Gabbard report contains nothing that is undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia would work to influence. Let me read this slower. This is what Obama says. Undercut the widely accepted conclusion. Widely accepted is not unanimously. What do you mean? That Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes. Any means zero. Do you think, these guys think that we are idiots. Out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response. But these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction. Alright, so what they do? You're a bad person. I'm not going to talk to you. Why? It's widely accepted. It's like you say, it's widely accepted that maybe there were some aliens here prior to the 6-day making of the world. Let's put it this way. Well, that means it's not a slam dunk argument. And why is it by whom is widely accepted? By the public? You have the mass media to condition the baboons. You got, again, Pavlov and his dog again, and every day you told us that Russiagate. These guys don't even know what the price of milk is. After they look at the fucking shelf, they say, well, let me read again. Do you think they remember? Yeah, exactly. You don't believe me? Just go around and, I don't know, rub your shoulders, exactly, your elbows with people around and find out the level, and you're going to be, oh shit, these people vote. And by the way, they nullify your vote and my vote because it's their constitutional right. That means they could be as imbeciles as possible, know nothing about the issue. They will nullify your vote. A person who knows things. Is that fair? Oh no, it's the constitutional right. Wait. We made laws because they make sense. We made laws because they show common sense. What's the common sense in allowing a baboon to vote? I will give the baboon as much a vote as he knows about the issue. I can find out by issuing tests. That's fine. You don't believe? I mean, I want to make sure that the people who vote know who and what they're voting for. Otherwise, it's going to be the mass media telling them what to do all the time. So let's see what Obama said. And I'm going to return to Trump. Outrageous. Obama pushes back on Trump treason comments. Why is it outrageous? The only thing he could say is this. Undercuts the widely accepted conclusion. That's his outrageous. Is it true? Oh, it's outrageous. Hey, did you cheat on me? Oh my God, it's outrageous to even ask me that. Is it true? Well, the widely accepted conclusion is that I don't. Would you accept an answer from your spouse, asking your spouse, did you cheat on me with the fucking neighbor? And you say, it's horrible, it's unacceptable, it's outrageous. The widely accepted conclusion in the neighborhood, like you give a fuck about the neighborhood, says that you didn't fuck the neighbor. The widely accepted? I want the unanimous, otherwise fuck off. Anyway, where is it? Right here. Getting all sweaty. All right, let's see what other thing can Obama say. Obama breaks silence. Obama breaks silence to slam a bizarre Trump's allegations. They're bizarre because he's crazy. That are weak distractions. Yes, they are distraction. I agree with that. Obama hits back at Trump's treason accusation. Weak attempt at distraction. Yeah, it's a distraction. But who allows these guys to be in charge over there and be people like that? Do you think Obama is clean? Do you think that Obama is... Let me tell you this. Do you think that's the way he is? Do you think these guys over there are like us? Come from us? Yeah, Obama comes from us. Not from our loins, but anyway. When the elephants fight, the only thing that loses is the grass. I think that's a Hindu, Indian saying. The same in when those guys are fighting, the only thing that's going to be a repercussion against us. But the point is we're going to have an advantage. We might be able to see things that before that we didn't. Let me give you the example when I was like, huh? So you're telling me America is not what they say they are? Exactly. Let me give you the example. Do you remember the elections from 2000 elections in the United States of America? Remember it was Al Gore versus the illiterate George W. Bush, who went both to Harvard and Yale. Good job. Just listen to the guy and you have to understand his level. All right, so that's why Ivy League schools for me when I graduated Harvard. Baby doll, open your mouth. Okay, not for that, but hey, tell me, I want to hear how you think, not how much you know, how you think. That's the more important thing. Memory is the foundation of intelligence. Even the baboons have memory. Oh, what do I do when I have an urge? Oh, I use my right hand. Okay, so what do we have here? So in the 2000 elections, it was, we don't know who won. Oh my God, it's like 50.9 versus, I don't know, 49.1. It was something over there. It was close over there. It was, I know I fucked up the numbers, but it was like 51. Right? Who won? Well, Florida. We find out in Florida, man, who won. And they started counting the votes. Again, like normal situation. Okay, man, let's recount. And if we made a mistake, we're going to recount again until we consistently find the same number, because you should find the same number. In an election, you should find the same number over and over again. If you first, let's say you find 5,000, and the next one you find 6,000, you try again, and you see how the next investigation will provide what's the number. It's going to be 5,000, 600, maybe 7,000. But you have to be consistent because that's a material vote. I don't think in 2000 they had electronic voting machines, so that you can count them. So what happened? They said, okay, let's vote. Let's check it out, man. Let's find out who the hell won this kabuki theater that we are. Oh, that's so nice. He said that. And what happened? A judge stopped the counting. That means, no, we don't want to find out what actually happened because the system doesn't allow us to do this. So the system doesn't allow us to do what? To find out who actually. I would have got that Bernstein judge by the balls and toss him into the Dead Sea. Okay? That's what I would have done. Let me find out what happened. No, and everybody after that said, okay, George W. Bush won. And everybody, the system works. See, the system works. No, the system did not work. The system would have worked, would have said, okay, let's count the votes. Parak, again, parak, again. They will give me like, come on now. I mean, why? How many times? How many times is necessary to find out, to convince everybody that you have the same number? You counted right. Oh, how many times? Don't go and check. We don't want to check. That's a system. If you are for the truth, if you are for the system, then you don't count. The same here. Oh, it's outrageous. Widely accepted. By whom? By your intelligence services, by your media, by the not your people who are supporting you. Remember, in the media, it's kind of one side, which is the owners. Trump is a disruptor right now. That's what he is. But he's got a dynasty. He hopes that one day Baron Trump will be the president. I think that's one of the main reasons. And his family will continue to be billionaires. These are the two things that Trump is fighting for. The rest, screw us. Yeah, he fights, he's a patriot, he's a fighter, okay, but eventually, if you tell him do this for America, but Barron is going to be working as a fush somewhere, mopping the floor, I think he's going to say, fuck you all, guys. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe he's going to say, yes, man, everything for, but I don't think so. Why? He gave patriot systems to Ukraine to defend the children and the civilian population, but he's not going to give the Palestinians patriot systems to defend the population, civilian population that is massacred. So by that, it tells me he doesn't have those kinds of virtues, selective virtues. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I'm sweating like a pig because I'm a pig. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.